West Indies Cricket, Caribbean Cricket Podcast. West Indies Cricket, Caribbean Cricket Podcast.
Have you become a patron? Stop this video right now and go to the link www.patreon.com/Carib Cricket. If you really want to help Caribbean Cricket Podcast go to the next level, that's how you can support. For as little as £2, 2 yen, 2 rupee, 2 Caribbean dollars, whatever your currency is, go and become a patron on the Caribbean Cricket Podcast. Wait, there's also Buy Me a Coffee. I'd like an oat vanilla latte. Santoki doesn't drink coffee, but I do. You can also use the Buy Me a Coffee link. That's on the descriptor below. You could also click that. YouTube thanks, YouTube chat features, all of that. Just support the Caribbean Cricket Podcast. And now back to your regular programming. Back to your regular programming indeed. I'm one half the Caribbean Cricket Podcast, Mashal St. Patrick Hewitt, and welcome back to another quick edition of the podcast. This is the CPL series. Now, I'm well aware that a couple of days ago I did an introduction to St. Kitts and Antigua, and I said on that St. Kitts and Antigua show, if you haven't watched it, go and watch the archives. And I said on that particular show, hold on a minute. Oh my God. 1 second, people. Look at me just talking freestyle into the laptop without the mic. See what I mean? I'm doing dumbness right now. Hold on, my people. Let me change the mic. Well, you think I'm going to edit this? As if. 1 sec. Well, you think I'm going to edit this? Are you mad? I'll just let it I'll just do a bandooly thing right there. Not even doing proper editing. Welcome to the Caribbean Cricket Welcome to the Caribbean Cricket Podcast. I'm one half the Caribbean Cricket Podcast, Mashal St. Patrick Hewitt. And now the mic should sound particularly clear. A couple of days ago, I did the St. Kitts and Antigua Falcons intro for CPL. And they played their match that same day. And Antigua, as I predicted, were down horrendous, down brutally. It was a brutalist performance from Antigua Falcons, predictably horrid. Their team construction makes no sense. And as a result, they served up exactly what you should have expected. Last night, I was busy last night, so I couldn't do the Guyana preview. And Guyana now, Amazon Warriors have now played and predictably beat St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots in the first game. And obviously Barbados play later today. I think they're playing. Who are they playing? Are they playing St. Kitts as well? So St. Kitts and actually, let me just check. Who are Barbados playing? Oh, Barbados are playing down bad Antigua. So earlier this morning, UK time, or last night, depending on when you're watching this, probably in the Caribbean, Guyana made their debut in the tournament. But I'm still going to preview the side because why not? So up on the screen is the Guyana Amazon Warriors side. Let me put myself in the corner here to make this easier. How do I do this again? 1 second, people. Here we go. There we go. Put myself in the corner. Let's take this off the screen as well. So this is the Guyana Amazon Warriors side. First things first, let's go through their overseas recruitments. And like I say, I know they whooped down St. Kitts last night, beating them by 5 wickets with 16 balls remaining. They needed to chase 154, and they got there with 3 overs to go. On a surface, I know St. Kitts and Antigua was down bad, but remember, this is being played at Warner Park. You're supposed to be scoring 180 minimum at Warner Park, if not over 200. So the minute St. Kitts made 153, you knew they were going to be down horrendous against a very strong Guyana side. So let's get back to the side. So Guyana, their overseas players, first things first. Imran Tahir, obviously the 75-year-old captain. Ben McDermott, he's got so much T20 experience all around the world. Big Bash, Lanka Premier League, PSL, South Africa 20, 100, etc. Moeen Ali, he needs no introduction, the all-rounder. Dwayne Pretorius, he's a Guyana staple by now. Hassan Khan, although Hassan Khan is being replaced by Iftikhar Ahmed for the first 3 games due to unavailability, etc. So that's their overseas players. Their retained players, Shimron Hetmeyer, Romario Shepherd, Shea Hope, Gudakesh Multi, Chemo Paul. That's their retained players. Their 3 breakout league designated players, Kevlin Anderson, Quentin Sampson, and Riyad Latif. And their traded players, some of which were breakout league players as well, Jadea Blades, Kemal Savory. Shamar Brooks, Shamar Joseph. So that's the Guyana side. Again, I am not going to try and pretend that I'm some T20 aficionado who knows everything about T20 cricket. But when it comes to the Caribbean Premier League, and particularly our domestic-based players, I certainly know enough to know what I'm talking about. Guyana will get to the Final Four. They pretty much always do. But this is a franchise, with respect to the Amazon Warriors, this is a franchise who knows how to play the game. This is a franchise that knows how to construct a side. This is a franchise that knows who are the right players to retain. It's always a key Guyanese core, and then they build around that. Their overseas players, in this case, Pretorius and Tahir, might as well be Guyanese because they're well known to the franchise. The West Indian players that aren't Guyanese, like Shea Hope, are well known to the franchise. The Breakout League players they've gone for, some of them are homegrown. Kevin Anderson, Ryan Latif played for TNT in the Breakout League. So, I mean, Guyana and Trinidad, they're cousins anyway, so whatever. So it's very much a Guyanese core team. Even the traded players, Shamar Joseph, Kemal Savory, they're Guyanese. So, like, there's a heavy Guyanese core to this side. And it's why the Guyanese public find it so hard to rally round the Amazon Warriors as one of their own, because they do actually have a team that is heavily identified with Guyana in one way or the other. Their head coach is Lance Klusner this year, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes on. But when we look at the squads in the tournament, it would be a shocker if Guyana don't make the Final Four. I mean, it's not that hard. It's not that hard, given it's only a 6-team tournament, and one of the teams is Antigua, and one of the other down bad teams is St. Kitts. So it's not that hard to make the Final Four. So it would be an absolute shocker if Guyana don't. Given the tournament ends in Guyana, you'd almost expect that they're going to be one of the finalists as well, because, again, the tournament is heavily skewed towards Guyana being in the Final Four with the home support. It's heavily skewed towards them playing with home support to then get to the final, etc. Before the Guyanese get onto me and say, how dare you say this and that, is facts. I'm not asking you nothing. I'm telling you. Right, the tournament is skewed towards Guyana having a good tournament. That's why it's held in Guyana at the back end, because they have apart from Guyana and Trinidad, have the most vociferous support for CPL. Hence why the tournament ends up at the back end being heavily based in Trinidad and Guyana. So all things are in Guyana's favor to make it to the Final Four and ultimately make it to the final. But that's not to take away from the quality of the squad. It's a well-constructed side. The team that played against St. Kitts yesterday, for those who haven't seen the game, Ben McDermott and Kevin Anderson open. That's interesting. I think, do you know what? I think you have. Can somebody tell me in the comments below what the rules are this year around Breakout League players? Do you have to play one in every game? Because I actually haven't looked to see how they've, like with when it was the Lasco emerging players, where you had to play a certain amount of players across a certain amount of games. I don't know I think they've changed the rules this year where a Breakout League player has to play in every match, no matter what, at least one. But somebody confirm for me if I've got that. Or somebody amend that if I've got that wrong in the comments below. So they opened with Kevlin Anderson, which is quite interesting. Gudakesh Moti was slated to come in at number 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Moti probably would have come in at number 8. Pretorius might even have batted ahead of Moti. And I just wonder, given Moti's exploits with the bat this season for the West Indies and how he's been really working on his batting over the last 18 months, I do wonder if at some point in the tournament we might see Moti open for Guyana Amazon Warriors. But again, if we're looking at that potential Breakout League rule, that might be why Kevin Anderson opened. When Anderson played in the Breakout League, he was batting at number 3 and constructing ODI innings like a strike rate of 115. So I'm not sure if that's the best way to include Kevlin Anderson. That might be something that Guyana want to look at going forward. Shea Hope was number 3, which is fine. Some people might say he should open. Hetmeyer 4. The way he got out yesterday with the bat up and catch was ridiculous, but it's Shimron Hetmeyer. Moeen Ali at 5. Iftikhar Ahmed at 6. Romario Shepherd at 7. Pretorius probably would have come 8. Moti 9. Joseph 10. Tahir 11. So if we just look at that batting lineup, if we look at it compared to the squad, who was really left out that could have played? I mean, Kemo Paul as an all-rounder, but you kind of feel like he's competing for the same spot as Pretorius and Romario Shepherd. So I don't really see how Paul comes into the squad unless you play one spinner less. And then you're looking at Kemal Savory, with the greatest of respects. I don't see him as a T20 player. Shamar Brooks is, 37, 38 years old now. I don't see, as much as I've just said, why is Kevin Anderson opening? When you look at the other batting options in the squad, primarily Brooks and Savory, I don't see them necessarily playing ahead of Kevlon Anderson. Again, Guyanese fans, get in the comments below. Maybe you would want to see who, if Anderson doesn't open, how would you rejig the order? Would you put Hope to open with McDermott and then Anderson at 3? Or would you put, like my suggestion, which is ask Multi to open and then rejig your batting lineup further down the order? If you've got Pretorius coming at 8 and Multi at 9, you're already batting deep enough. So the only question mark for me is Kevlin Anderson. And this is after one game. That doesn't mean the man can't put in some good innings. I'm not saying drop him by any stretch of the imagination, but it's the only question mark I've got at the moment with regards to how Guyana constructs their batting lineup. The rest of the side writes itself. McDermott, Hope, Hetmeyer, injuries notwithstanding, Ali, Iftikhar Ahmed, obviously Hassan Khan will come in when he is ready and available. Romario Shepherd, and like I say, Chemo Paul for me only comes in to replace Shepherd or Pretorius. As and when you need to rest someone, maybe they qualify early, etc. And then similarly, the bowling lineup. Guyana picked their best 11 yesterday. Imran Tahir, all 79 years old of him. Gudakesh Multi, Shamar Joseph. That's all no-brainers. So that's already 12 overs. Pretorius 16 overs. Shepherd 20 overs, right? And this is before you even consider Moeen Ali bowling some overs. So Guyana are well stocked. Moeen Ali at the moment, between Moeen Ali, Romario Shepherd, and Dwayne Pretorius, you've got a lot of overs to play with. You don't even necessarily. Yesterday, Pretorius bowled 4, Joseph bowled 4, Multi bowled 4, Shepherd, Tahir bowled 4, right? So that's 16. Then Shepherd bowled 3, Moeen Ali bowled 1. So Moeen Ali is almost like your sixth bowler who plays purely for matchups as and when. So Guyana, like I say, Guyana have 20 overs well stocked with the bonus of 4 to play with from Moeen Ali if someone's getting licked down or dependent on a particular matchup that they might want to be playing for. So again, I feel they're well stocked there. They've got the leg spinner in Latif. I don't see Latif getting some game time. I only see Latif playing when Guyana have already qualified. Again, if the rule about breakout league players is correct, then it's probably Kevlin Anderson that plays the majority of the time vis-a-vis breakout leagues. Again, Quentin Sampson, I only see him playing really and truly when Guyana have already qualified for the final 4. I can see Jadea Blades. He counts as a breakout league player as well, technically. I can see Jadea Blades playing. Instead of, who would he play instead of, actually? Because Multi and Tahir are certainties. Pretorius, I can see Jadea Blades playing, but I just don't know who for. Like, again, you could bring in an extra bowler. Like, Blades could play in instead of an Anderson, and you're just moving everybody up one. But then how comfortable would you feel with, like, everyone moving up one? And then that means Romario Shepherd is number 6, Pretorius is 7, Multi is 8. How comfortable would people feel with that? But I can definitely see Jadea Blades getting some game time for Guyana. I think the only question mark, really and truly, I think this is a super squad. Oh, sorry, no, that's an exaggeration. I think this is a good CPL squad. I think Guyana have all bases covered, literally, in this squad. It doesn't mean it's the best, but it is. If we're counting domestic Caribbean talent, then even with Tahir and his oldness, even with Moeen Ali being a veteran, right? If you count the domestic talent that they've got, and then you throw in the experience of the overseas talents, there's not many weaknesses to this Guyana side. You can question the quality of the strength in depth. But even then, I mean, Jadea Blades is a West Indian international. Shamar Brooks' experience can come in if somebody gets injured in the top order. Chemo Paul is your backup pace all-rounder. Rayed Latif is your leg spinner as and when. Hassan Khan will replace Iftikhar Ahmed. So you can look at the strength in depth and say it doesn't quite reach the quality of the first 11, but by Caribbean standards, it's all right. They've got bases covered as and when. The only thing that could derail this Guyana side, no, because even then, let's say Multi got an injury, right? They might then say, oh, well, hold on, we've got a left arm who's there? They might then say, okay, we've got an issue here. In fact, let me just look up something, people. Let me just look up something. The Guyana Amazon Warriors fans are incels, though, so I can see a lot of you getting in the comments below and just shouting about stuff, because if the Guyanese fans and the Trini fans are the most they're the most incel heavy fans in the Caribbean, as in they shout first, ask questions later. So I can see a lot of Guyanese fans getting in the comments below and cussing about this and cussing about that, but they just need to understand I don't business. I don't business. I say what I want to say in it. If Gudakesh Motie was to get injured, I'm just looking at their options here. I mean, Hassan Khan, I guess. I mean, you got Hassan Khan. So you could even argue that when Hassan Khan comes in, he's the replacement for, I mean, he's not good at Keshmoti, but you could argue that his left arm orthodox would replace, he's an all-rounder. So you could argue that his left arm orthodox would replace Gudakesh Motie. So arguably, Guyana have actually, in terms of the first three squads I've previewed, they're the first squad that appears to have all bases covered, which is why Guyana are always so strong in every CPL, because they actually think about squad construction. Like I say, it's not perfect. I'm a bit worried that the younger members of the side, because this is a very experienced side, go through that squad and how many young guns do you see? Shamar Joseph counts as a young gun in this squad. That's how few there are. You got Jadea Blades, Kevlon Anderson, Samson, Latif, right? Let's not even count Shamar Joseph, because he's now a West Indian international. Those last four, Blades, Anderson, Samson, and Latif, are the young guns in the side, right? Now, between the four of them, how many games do you think they're going to play? And not even, maybe that's the wrong question. Between the four of them, how many of them are going to play more than 2 games? Kevlon Anderson will play more than 2, but of the rest of them, how many games do you realistically see? Blades is good enough to play more than 2, but given the depth and the construction of this Guyana squad, I don't see how the young guns get many opportunities in this squad. So that's going to be, and the reason why I'm saying that is because my priority when I focus on CPL is how is this benefiting West Indies cricket? This is a very experienced squad with some very good overseas pros and Guyanese-based and West Indian-based, Caribbean-based domestic players who are very experienced, international-based. We know of their quality, but how many new players are we likely to see get opportunities, and how much are we likely to see their skill set advance this year? My argument is slim to none. Okay, and given that that's what CPL should be, that should be the kind of KPIs for some of these CPL sides as well. Obviously, they don't care because they just want to win the competition. But if we're looking at wider West Indian goals, I'm not sure how this Guyana squad suits wider West Indian goals. It suits Guyana winning the tournament. It suits the Warrior Nation cheering their side on and jumping up and down. But I don't see how it suits the wider West Indian goals, given there's a World Cup coming up and future World Cups, etc., etc. But like I say, get in the comments below. Cuss, let me take this off the screen. Get in the comments below. Cuss, say I don't know what I'm talking about, so on and so forth. I think Guyana Amazon Warriors will make the final 4 for sure. They'll probably make the final 2 because the tournament ends in Guyana and it's geared up for Guyana to have a successful tournament. If they make the final 2, then obviously they have a 50-50 chance of winning it. Are they favourites to win CPL? I would say they're certainly in the top 2 favourites to win CPL this year. But everyone said that the year before, and the year before that, 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 and the year before that. Guyana are always in the top 2 favourites to win CPL. They've only got 1 title to show for it. It's probably about time they start adding title after title after title. So let's see how they go this year. Listen, as ever, on the way out, like, share, subscribe, Caribbean Cricket Podcast. Nobody does it like us. Nobody can tell it like us. Nobody's real like us. Like, share, subscribe. I don't care if you don't like that. Like, share, subscribe on the way out. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. If you want to support the Caribbean Cricket Podcast, head to www.patreon.com/Carib Cricket. Every little bit helps and counts. We had somebody sign up to the £10 tier, 10 in whatever your currency is, tier. Big up Aqua. Who signed up for that in the last 24 hours. So because he signed up to that tier, that now means that he gets all of these podcasts or ad-free, so he doesn't need to go to, unless he's got YouTube Premium, he doesn't need to go to YouTube and have to sit through pointless ads. to listen to these podcasts. He gets all the audio sent to him ad free, and it also means that when we do live shows, he gets the links to come on the live before anybody else to come and have his say. So if you want to sign up to the different tiers, go to www. As well as 25% off merch, as well as the CCP Discord link as well. He gets all of that stuff. So if you want to get involved with the CCP Discord, people, Patreon, go to www.patreon.com/Carib Cricket. Every little bit helps and counts towards the growth of the movement. There's something brand new coming to CCP in the next month to a month and a half or so. So keep your eyes peeled, people, for all of that as well. I've been Mashal St. Patrick Hewitt on Half the Caribbean Cricket Podcast. We'll be back very, very soon with some more content. Until then, peace.
West Indies Cricket, Caribbean Cricket Podcast. West Indies Cricket, Caribbean Cricket Podcast.